Get your balls out of her purse. Go dig up your spine. It's time for the Man Mindset Dating Radio Show with your host, all the way from Planet Man, Steve the Dean Williams.
This show is rated man. It contains ways to pick up women without the use of tricks and gimmicks. If you're looking for a quick fix or a magic pill, please take your soft, weak cake-ass to another show. This radio show is intended for people who are ready to learn how to date and bed women like real men do. Time to stop the bullshit and time to listen to real men. Viewer discretion is advised. How many of you guys are tired of buying sexy women like me gifts, drinks, and dinners expecting sex, but end up falling into the friend zone, becoming my gay best friend, being the guy who will drive me around, pay my bills, or be that shoulder to cry on when that real man leaves me in tears? Welcome to the manmindset.com radio show with your host, Steve the Dean Williams. As long as you think the world revolves around us women, you will always be a sucker and a loser to us. Steve is here to guide you on all man issues, such as manhood, dating, sex, leadership, success, relationships with women, marriage, and fatherhood, with easy, simple solutions that will rid you of your fears and problems with women. Learn how to reinvent yourself and see the world with a new set of eyes without any self-sabotage or excuses. Take it away, Steve.
Okay, guys, how y'all doing? Welcome to the show. I'm your host. The Dean class is in session. We got a lot to cover, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about what we need to go ahead first. This is being brought to you by guys Tactical Soap. Make sure that you go to tacticalsoap.com. This is also being brought to you by Tate's War Room. Make sure you check out Tate's War Room. And also it's being brought to you by the Fraternity of Excellence. Join the online brotherhood of exceptional men, the Fraternity of Excellence. And last but not least, this is being brought to you by the 21 Convention that's going on in almost in a month in Orlando, Florida, from October 24th through the 27th. Make sure you check that out. This is going to be a great time for you to learn some things, not only from men, but also for yourself. So make sure you check out the 21 Convention. Okay, guys, how y'all doing, man? I'm the Dean. Class in session, man. Let's go ahead and chop this up, guys. If y'all want to call in, you can call in at 515-605-9373 is the number. 515-605-9373 is the number. Or you can just send a message or something in the chat. And if it's interesting, we will definitely not only post it, but also answer any kind of questions that you have. I do want to let y'all guys know, if you go to themanmindset.com, the Halloween game is up. And tomorrow night, we're going to be covering the basics of it, why we're doing it, and the importance for anybody out there that really want women to come after them to check that out. So that's going to be Tuesday on my station, The Man Mindset. So today we're talking about moving forward, something that a lot of guys out there are having a problem, and a lot of guys are struggling what moving forward is. And we're going to talk about that because there are a lot of guys out there that have no idea really what manhood is about or the game. And what has happened is they have been doing certain things that have been preventing themselves from growth. And we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about why you're doing it. And then also we're going to look for a solution, because I always like solutions and things like that. But what you're going to understand is why do most males do what they do? And not only why they do what they do, they're going to continue to do it regardless of what they do, because there are certain characteristics in most of these guys, and we're going to discuss and we're going to talk about those and definitely connect the dots here. A lot of guys out there don't even realize that they have literally wasted almost 8.5, 9 months of the year. And they do this every single year. And yet a lot of them are always scratching their heads, wondering why. I read the books. I follow the YouTubers. I do everything every single year, and I lie to myself and tell myself I'm something that I'm not. And then I just repeat the cycle all over again. But why do they do that? What is the reason that they do that? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And also, with all things, also a solution on that. But like I say, guys, if y'all want to come in, call in, feel free to call in. But that is the, excuse me, that's the $1 million question. Why is it that I do what I do? Why do I always think I'm moving one step ahead, but I'm always falling back? See, we always talk about this all the time. The thing that you guys have to really begin to separate from is you got to distinguish the difference between a community and a cult, okay? You've got to realize that the majority of you guys have a cult-like mentality where you are following somebody that is doing more harm to you than good. But it's not just the cult that holds you back in. And we're going to talk about your part in all of this. Because the things about cults is they target certain kind of people. They look for certain things in individuals. But the beautiful thing about cults is that they don't come to you. They drop enough breadcrumbs where you come to them. And then when you come to them, they welcome you with open arms, and you feel so much love and you feel so much purpose and you feel like you're a part of something, that when someone tells you a truth or goes against what you think is helping you, you then back the leader and defend it. And that's what a lot of guys do nowadays when it comes to these individuals out there that have no idea how to get a woman. They have no idea how to teach you how to be a man. They just have no idea whatsoever. But what they do know is how to pull you in. Now, I told you guys in the 90s, I would say the mid to late 90s, maybe more in the early 2000s, they did the same thing that they're doing now on videos and books. And I try to tell you, if you ever go back and look back in the day or type in the word squeeze page, what they were doing was they were sending a signal out to anybody that will listen based off of how you felt about yourself. And what they would do is they know if they can just mention some things about you that you feel about yourself, then automatically you're going to assume that these individuals are going to help you grow. Okay. But let's look at the individual, the one that is being hunted. Okay. For the majority of the guys out there, almost 98% of you, unfortunately, you have, I don't know where it's happened or when it's happened, and that's here nor there. But the majority of you guys have very low self-worth, very low. And what the thing about the squeeze pages in the 90s and what they're doing now to drive all of you in, they look for individuals who feel like they are on the outside. So for the guy that writes this long squeeze page of bullshit, and the guy writing the book, and the guy kicking out the YouTube to pull you in, it's very easy to see why a man with self-worth will make someone more likely to get swept up in a group that tricks them and tries to make them feel like they belong. See, for a lot of you men out there, that's one of the first problems of why you're not going to be a man, because you are trying to fit into something and you're trying to belong to something. Men do not fit in and men do not belong. We are independent individuals that come together as a community. And once we come together and we break out, or after breaking bread, we still go about our individualities. But for a lot of you out there, because you have no self-worth, you have to cling to it, because whatever it is making you feel like you belong. Okay. And these are things, and I've got a few of them, but these are some of the things they look at. Your feeling of self-worth. A lot of you guys just don't believe in yourself. But even though that you don't believe in yourself, what happens is you tend to take on a lot of mothers' emotions of what? Getting angry and frustrated. And when you're angry and frustrated, you begin to lash out, you begin to blame, and you begin to try to find someone else who thinks just like you, so the two of you can be the same thing. See, while someone who is in search of the truth may be more likely to join something, okay? Someone who is always angry, okay? Someone who is angry, someone who is feeling disconnected, someone who is outside of his nature are going to follow and join someone that tells you it's okay for you to be mad. It's okay for you to be the victim. It's okay for you to blame everybody. And these people, to win you over, tell you or make you feel like it's everybody's fault. And what they do is they'll take their cloak and put it over a mirror, because they don't want you to know that there is a truth out there, and they don't want you to know that. You get very angry. And like I said, in your anger, you want to blame everything else around you that isn't you. For a lot of individuals out there, because they never were taught how to be a man, a lot of individuals were taught by mom, and like I say, these quotes they watch on TV or they read these books. And I ask you guys that are listening, how many books is it going to take? How many videos is it going to take every year to realize that the problem is not the book? Sometimes the problem is the one on the other opposite of the screen. But how many things is it going to take to make you realize that you are the problem? But what these cults do is that they know that individuals who don't take responsibility for their actions, okay, what they want to do is they want to defer to somebody who they deem a god or something like that, right? And what they want to do is they want to look to that person to account for their behavior. Okay. People who blame, they make perfect sheep. They are perfect individuals because they are going to protect the leader regardless because they feel a sense of family when there's no family at all. Because what they're doing is they're following other people who they feel are like them when they don't realize and understand that a man is an individual entity. He goes through life by himself. He goes and learns everything himself. And he is never set out there to be a part of a cult, but he is a part of a community of other men when they break bread, share stories, pass along great information, and then they go. It's like if ever you guys watch any type of gangster movie or anything like that, they always have a round table of guys, the table, and they always sit. They are individuals. They have their own areas that they work in. But when they come together as a community and not a cult, because there's no one leader when it comes to man except the man himself. You shouldn't be following somebody so adamantly that you feel like you have to defend that person because you feel if he's offended, then your honor that is attached to this individual is offended. 515-605-9373 is the number. If you want to call in, we will gladly hear from you, but I will continue. The next thing for a lot of these individuals, the people writing the squeeze pages in the early and late 1990s to pull you in, the guys that are writing the books and the guys that are doing the YouTubes know one thing and one thing only. You are never going to go and try to pull the curtain back to see what they really are, because you are under the impression that what they're saying is so powerful. There's no way that these guys can be pulling the wool over my eyes. But yet they get you to a point where you don't begin to question or ask questions. Does this guy know about women? Have I ever seen him engage with a woman? Have I ever seen him help me out when I need help, unscripted, right off the bat? Where is his receipts? You don't ask those questions when you were caught up and you are blinded by what's going on. I got to go to my chat room, dogs and everything. And what happens for a lot of you guys, and it is not your fault, it's just that they look to the blind. A man who is blind will be led by the blind. A man with no foundation will follow somebody who is going to give them the thought of that. And the way these guys work that try to tell you, I'm going to teach you how to be something that they're not even, they know how to brainwash you with trinkets of things that are supposed to make you a better quote unquote man. But I ask you, how many years have you been following these people? How many years have you been reading these books? How many years have you been watching those damn videos and you're still the same motherfucking person? And yet for a lot of you guys, you don't even want to think about that. Because anybody can get sucked in. It's no different. See, when someone has feminine thinking, think about a woman. All you got to do is put the purse or the shoes or the beautiful dress on display and they are hooked. They're hooked in. And these guys know that as well, because they know when you have a victim mentality, you are going to fall for anything. They know, unfortunately, that you're gullible. And they know that you are trying to find meaning in your life so bad and so desperately that not only will you do anything for them, you will protect them almost with your life. And that's the truth. And it's not a bad thing. It's just what is going on and what's wrong with you guys. And why do they do this? It's just like they suck you in. They'll tell you, yeah, sure, you can go, but they know you're not going anywhere. Because it's difficult for that person to leave that group once they have gone down that rabbit hole. Once you have invested in the lie and the bullshit and not look behind the curtain to see, what does this man know about the game? Where did he learn the game from? Who taught him? What's his history? Have I seen him with other women or them with other women? And if you can't even answer that, you've got to begin to question that. But again, that's okay. You don't have to. I'm just showing you something. Because they also know, the guys that write the squeeze pages and stuff like that, they also know your thinking is world is flat thinking, okay? They know that because you don't see the world the way you should see it, you need to connect yourself to somebody or something because you feel so bad you want to be a part of it. They just make you feel like, okay, I'm raising you up and I'm lifting you up and I'm making you a better person. And for a lot of you guys out there, you feel like every year that goes by, you're making changes. Every year that goes by, oh, I'm becoming stronger. I'm becoming a man. And they know that you're not. It's like a movie I saw a long time ago. I think it was called Blazing Saddles. It's a pretty old movie. But what they did was almost at the end of the movie, what they created was a fake town. All they did was put up fake buildings to make it look like it was a town when it isn't. And for a lot of you guys, you begin to lie to yourself even more. See, remember, when you never look in the mirror and take an honest assessment of who you are, all you do is keep pushing a narrative of lies on top of lies on top of lies. And then because you keep lying to yourself, you begin to follow the main leader that's lying to you because you have more of a connection and a bond with him. I'm not saying it's not as strong as the bond that you have with your mother, but it is damn near close because you will do anything to protect your leader, anything at all. But the next thing is, for a lot of you guys, you're always going outside of yourself to try to learn the game. And we have always told you that the game over here with this show, we've always told you that the game is never on you, it's in you. But for you guys, you've never been taught that. So what you're doing is you're going out there trying to seek and you're trying to find meaning in something. You're trying to find meaning of manhood outside of yourself. So, and if you're trying to find meaning outside of yourself, you're never going to find meaning at all. I know for a lot of you guys, you want to know what your meaning is and what are you doing here and all that other stuff. Trying to find who you are, trying to find your purpose, trying to learn more about yourselves. But for so many of you guys, a lot of you guys are so needy, so desperate, and you got to have it so bad, are the kind of individuals that are going to get caught up. Ask yourself a question, and only those that are listening can answer it. You don't have to answer it out loud. Just answer it to yourself because no one's even asked you this question. Isn't it odd? Let's just go 4 years ago. Isn't it odd? You started watching one person trying to teach you how to be a man, and then all of a sudden, you felt like you didn't get enough from him. So then some other guy comes along and tries to say, oh, I can teach you how to be a man. So then you start listening to him. And then someone comes along and says, hey, read my book. I'll teach you how to be a man. And then you buy the book and you start reading it and you read 3 or 4 chapters of it. You take it, you put it under your bed or put it away. And what you do is you wait for either the next book that comes out or you wait for the next new thing that comes along. Because if it's brand new, that means it's never been done before. And what all those motherfuckers don't know and what they're not telling you is that if it's under the sun, It has been done before. But a lot of those guys are desperate and they get caught up because they want answers and questions and they want promises of a future that will never come to pass because the majority of you will never, ever change. And I'm going to explain to you why. I'm not here. I'm here to give you clarity because this is what men do, to give you clarity, not to knock you down. And I'm not pointing any fingers at anybody. I'm just keeping things 1,000 because a lot of these things want to manipulate you. They want to make you feel like they can give you the keys to understanding or unlocking things in you. But have you noticed, if you look at on your computer or you look at your library of books about being a man, or you look at all your subscribing YouTube videos of people that are trying to be men, how many? And why is it that you keep leapfrogging from one person to the next? Because there is something in you that is trying to tell you stop doing what you're doing, but you don't listen to it. There's something that's telling you that these things are doing more harm to us. But all you do is you will read a book, put it away, watch videos, put it away, get an ebook, put it away. And you wait for the new thing to come along, and the grouper sheep will go from one YouTuber right to the next. And let's say 2000, 2001, same thing, from that YouTuber to the next. Fast forward 5 years, 2006, from that guy to the next new thing, and the next new thing, and the next new thing, and yet you'll still have no understanding who you are. And this is what's going on to you guys every single year. To a point, like I said before, in December, you're going to sit there and lie to yourself like you have done all your life. To this year, I'm going to change. You said that 9 months ago. Excuse me. You said that 8.5 months ago. I'm going to change. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be a man. I promised myself I'm going to do that. You said the same thing the year before. I'm going to be a man. I'm going to change. And you do it year after year, and yet you still are a man chasing his own tail. Because what they know that you don't know, and they love you for it, is they love the fact that you have no man in you in their eyes, because they know only the cult can get followers. Sheep. Herd mentality. Because what they don't, the ones they can't mess with are the real men. Because a real man knows the difference between a cult and a community. And the thing about these cults is that they often are centered around what is deemed to be a strong leader. Somebody you see, or somebody you think because he proclaims himself to be strong, you think he's strong. And when he meets you, he's warm and he's inspiring. And he tells you things that it's okay. It's not your fault. It's the world's fault. It's never your fault. Hey, come over here. We've got guys just like you. And to reinforce that is when you get into that cult, those guys that reinforce you become your friends. They were doing this in the early, 2000s with layers, seduction layers, where they would pull you in. They would pull you in, and they will find a bunch of losers like you and call it a layer and think the recipes that the two of you are passing amongst each other is going to make you a better man. What they know and what you don't know is that they write the squeeze pages and write those books and they write all this stuff because they don't want you to feel uncomfortable. Because if you begin to feel uncomfortable, they know you're going to leave. If they begin to make you feel uncomfortable, they're going to lose a subscriber. I need these subscribers because if I get the subscribers, I get more AdSense and I get paid more. So I don't want to disrupt things, and be honest. I need to be what they think I am, so they will also not only follow me, but they will begin to emulate everything I do. If I say this water is a balloon, they will start to use the language of this is a balloon. If I say this ring is a piece of bubble gum, they will say it too. What they will do, because they're so locked in, instead of using normal terms like men, they're going to use what I have created, because we need our own secret code, because that's what real men do. Yeah, I mean. The next thing that they do, and this is what's so important, they know that the majority of you guys are seeking something that you don't even have now. They know that you're seeking something that you've been seeking for years, and you've been listening, watching, and reading those books, and yet you have not found this one thing, and you're still seeking it, and that is an identity. Men who are desperately searching for approval may be more likely to join these guys as a way of feeling like, if I have no identity and I follow the rest of these sheep, oh my God, let me see. Wait a second. Wow, this guy has 500,000 subscribers. You know what that means? That means he knows what he's talking about. And then that tells me if I get connected with 500,000 like-minded individuals, I will never feel alone. I have found a place and I have found a home. And when you feel like who you are as a man and your identity isn't stable, gentlemen, you're not really sure who you are. And what they do is they tell you who you are. This is who you are, and this is our language. You've got to speak this way. If I tell you that this is a red balloon, it is no longer a bottle of water. Our language says it's a red balloon, so that's how you got to talk. Because you are going to be surrounded by people just like you who are terrified, lonely, and looking. And what they will do is they will give you a sense of purpose and a sense of self, because you're going to feel, well, they're like me. And if they're like me, they're here. So because they're here, I need to be here. Because a lot of you guys feel like you need to be a part of something. So you need to have more connections, and you feel like you have friends. But these individuals, just like the squeeze page in the early days, they are tapping in on your desire. They look for guys that are gullible. They look for guys that won't ask questions, because if you're too busy trying to find yourself, you'll never be smart enough to look behind the curtain and see what I really am, because you don't want to lose the camaraderie of the rest of the herd. You don't want people to shun you and don't like you because, oh my God, men, well, I know men are single individuals and they can handle it, but I can't handle it. But most importantly, the drug that they use the most has a tie-in and a connection with mom and the feminine behavior that they possess and have in this Serengeti. And they want to do the one thing that all women want to. There's something that women want to feel that has been transferred into these males that these cult leaders know, and they can give them the thing that women want also, and that is, gentlemen, validation. All these males are approving seeking individuals. They want their friends to like us. They want their relatives to like them. They want women to like them. They do not want to be hated by anybody because they rather try to please people, because if I please them, then they are going to give me my validation. And that is that desire. And that is why they do it, because when a man has a desire or a need, not a man, excuse me, a male has a desire and a need for approval like a woman, because he is tired of feeling neglected and feeling like he's not a part of anything. These guys come to these men with open arms, giving them all the validation, all the attention, and all the acceptance that they can take. They overdo it so much that these individuals will do just about anything for these guys. Let's go back to when the seduction community really kicked off to a lot of these sheep. They were following somebody that were telling them to wear black fingernail polish, goggles, a boa to pick up women, and these guys did it. They told these guys to speak in these stupid ass jargon thing or whatever the fuck that shit is. And you know what? They did it because they wanted to feel a part of something. And all they were a part of unfortunately, is a part of a male cuddling cult of keeping you down from what you want to be like. And it's unfortunate it's that way, but that's just how the world works, gentlemen. Because they know, depending on your personality, what you're seeking, that they know that you are vulnerable. And just like a woman looking at a purse, a piece of fake glass that they call jewelry, you will get sucked in because it sucks, and they tell you it sucks. Oh, it's terrible. While you know what? Women are just awful. Come home to me. The court system is against you. Come home to me. Family court is bad. Come home to me. You don't know how to talk to women? Okay, I'm going to teach you how to manipulate a woman. Come home to me. Because next Monday, what we're going to be discussing and talking about, we're going to get back to the most dangerous thing in the world that is smarter than the majority of you guys, unfortunately, and it is women. Because I just watched a movie, and if y'all got me on Instagram, y'all see I've been posting that. Y'all, I'm telling you, I showed you all day today. There's a movie that if you don't want it, it's your homework assignment. Go watch The Hustle from Jennifer Lopez. The Jennifer Lopez movie called The Hustle. And see that they know the game way more than a lot of guys who are seeking approval and seeking validation, who have no sense of self. You are a easy get. They can get you easily because it's your mentality, man. It's your mentality. But they want to make you feel like you have a shot. They want to make you feel like you have a chance, and all you got to do is follow them. But let's look at it. Now, hold on. Let me go ahead and open up the let's go ahead. I drew some crazy, my little cake pictures and stuff. So let's take a moment and let's go over this. I'm going to the board. Let's go to the board. Let me see here. Add. All right, here we go. Let's go to the board. The little hand. Okay, y'all can see the hand. Okay. This is the blueprint on the majority of you guys. And this is why the majority of you guys will never grow And the only thing that is going to change in your life is that every year that goes by, you're just going to get a little bit older and you are one step towards death. I mean, we're all going to die one day. That's the truth. Death and taxes, truth. For the majority of these guys right here, like I said before, they will watch the YouTube videos. They will go to book one from one guy. And if that guy is not telling them what they need to hear, they're going to put the book down. And what are they going to do? Go to book number 2. And then what they're going to do is go to book number 3. And what they're going to do every year is repeat the same process. But why are they going to repeat the same process? Because they're never going to see the truth of where they're at. See, the reason I have this line, there is a line that is going to separate the guy, and this is W for woman, okay? They are so busy trying to get an identity from everything outside of themselves that they never are going to test what they are and cross over this line and see what they really are. And what do I mean by that? So many guys will sit there and all they do every year, year in and year out, they hang out with guys, they follow these cult leaders, they watch the videos, they read the books, and that's all they do. They never cross the line to go talk to a woman to see where they're at. And to be honest with you guys, sometimes they will test to see what they are, but then they will run right back because they will realize that they are not good enough. Wait a second. That YouTube video I saw, man, it didn't work. It didn't help me. So you know what? I'm going to go find another YouTube video. And I'm going to find another YouTube video and another one. And those books I read, the books didn't work. Oh my God, I tried to read that book. It didn't work. So I'm going to find another book to read and another one and another one. And yet what they do is sometimes they will go across and see where they are based on their skill level. And they will realize they will always run back. It is a cult cycle. The cult knows that you are always going to come back because you are never going to take responsibility for your actions, because any man looking outside of himself for help is always going to run back to the power source. The power source is not you. The power source is the YouTuber that you follow. The power source is a new book that you got to read because, wow, I read 3 other books on the same thing, but yet there's a brand new book by this brand new YouTuber. See, the YouTuber, no, I'm sorry, guys. Here we go. A brand new book by a brand new YouTuber. So you know what? I've got to check that book out because maybe he's telling me something that these 3 books are not telling me. So let me go there. But for some of you guys, you don't even see where you're at. You don't even test to see where you're at. And for some of you guys, you don't want to know, because knowing that you're not good enough is going to rip your soul in half. And just like a drug addict, you got to come back for the hit. I've got to come back for that hit of feel good. I've got to come back for that hit of validation. I got to come back to somebody blaming everybody else. It's the woman's fault. It's always going to be her fault why she doesn't want to talk to somebody that is weird and creepy, that has no sense of self. Nothing. But this is how they work you. Let's continue. I'm going to bring this down. Now, if we're still looking at the same thing and we're talking about being across the street on this side, we're no longer talking about the YouTubes and all this stuff, because there is something that they automatically do, because when you have no sense of self, no sense of being a man, what you do is, think about this. You're already following the herd. You already have a sheep mentality. So what happens is, when you as an individual, sometimes most of you will cross the street. I'm not saying you won't. But what is going to happen for the majority of you guys, you are going to look at two things. Two things. What you're going to do is, you're going to look at the woman, and you're going to look at how the woman treats other people. That is going to be your determination or your excuse to why you're not going to approach her. You could be at a club and you could see a woman that you're interested in, and you see this guy, don't know anything about the guy. He comes from nowhere and walks all the way over to that woman. He's trying to get at her. You have no idea what is being said. You don't know if he's being nasty, rude, creepy, or disgusting. All you do is you watch the interaction between the woman and the other guy. And what you do is, at that point, you base and automatically look at the woman based on her interaction with this guy. And your thinking is this: if that woman does it to him, then if I go over there, that woman is going to do it to me. Who assumes things, men or women? Not a man. A man doesn't assume anything. He takes everything at face value, because a man is never going to judge what he is going to do based off of somebody else. But that is part, gentlemen, of the mindset and the cult mentality that a lot of you guys are possessing. Some of you will cross over and try to talk to a woman. But the thing that is going to stop you is this formula right here. Just because she's walking and she's turning down every guy that tries to talk to her, you automatically assume, remember, herd behavior, sheep behavior, that if she does it to him, she is going to do it to me, gentlemen. But then for a lot of you guys, when it comes to the other person, or it comes to your cult leader, all you do is watch end results. But you never ask proper questions. How does a cult leader know? How did a cult leader, where did he learn about women? What does he know about women? What does he know about the game? Because, gentlemen, anybody can write a book, and anybody can turn on a camera and pretend to be whatever you want or think he is. But what you guys do is, instead of like a regular, like a real man, see, most men do not judge another man based off of what he does for a living. He doesn't judge him because how he looks. Men don't do that. A man judges a man based off his character. What kind of a man are you? I don't care what you do, but I also do care what you do, because I'm not fucking with a man that makes excuses, blames everybody, is a victim, walks on eggshells, has no experience. Who wants to be around that? Look, I don't want to be around that. You think a woman does? You think a woman wants to be around that? Absolutely not. See, what they don't want you to learn and what they don't want to tell you is the reason why a man is an individual that comes in to when he's meeting other men as a community and then leaves, because the man himself is always working on himself. The man is not listening to a cult leader telling him, if anybody tells you that this isn't a bottle of water, you need to get the fuck on. If anybody uses a term, if anybody takes this and gives it a different name, you need to get the fuck out of there. See, once you start to work on yourself internally and begin to create a self-definition of how you define yourself, then let me ask you a question. When you come up with your definition of who you are, do you really need to be around somebody that's trying to tell you what you should be? When you are able to define your style as a man, when you know what you are and why you are what you do and why you do it, you can go into any situation and you will thrive regardless if you win or learn. I didn't say lose, win or learn. You will learn why it is you do what you do when you work on yourself. You will have a self-concept of yourself that you want the other individual to see about you that's not made up in jargon, fucking goofy-ass words, wearing shit that you shouldn't be wearing, and doing things that men don't do. And the best part about all of this, even if you win and you talk to a woman and things didn't work out, you go back to the source of who you are and learn about the experience. That's called self-focus, gentlemen. That's called when you lose a battle, you get to go back home and see where you went wrong and learn that you can tweak certain things about yourself. But what you guys don't see and don't understand is that what women want in somebody is somebody who knows who they are and someone that doesn't follow blindly to stupid shit. Because if you're going to follow blindly to a guy, then you'll follow blindly to her. And for a lot of you guys, what you don't see nor do you understand in all of this is that when as a man, as a man, you should always be eyes forward. You should be able to learn from the past while staying in the present when you break free. For so many of you guys out there, and let me get to you. I see y'all make comments and stuff. Let's get to that. But for so many guys out there, you can see how the Smiths work, and you can see how people try to protect their gods because they don't want nobody to hurt them. You can see the feminine energy. You see nothing but femininity in these people. But not just that, you're never going to grow. you will continue to do the same thing, and that is wait for the next best YouTube or the next best jargon, the next best book, to read it, to give up on it, to only can do the same thing, because you guys will never measure yourself. And how do you measure yourself? By facing the things that you even went to the cult leader for. You can sit there all day and stand in front of stand in front of a punching. You can stand all day just punching a punching bag, moving right, moving left, and keep punching that punching bag. But if you don't get your ass in a ring with another opponent, you'll never know where you are at. You'll never have a measuring stick. And the thing is, they don't want you to have that. They don't even want you to cross over. Why? Because they want you to know that they've done the crossing for you. Hey, guys, let me tell you about myself, Squeeze Page. You know what? I used to be just like you. You know what? I got in a relationship with this one woman. Like, this one woman is like somebody you're going to run into. I got in a relationship with this one woman, and you won't believe it. We got married, and we had a child. And you won't believe it. After a while, she started to disrespect me. We got divorced, and she's running me through court. And let me tell you guys, I don't want you to be like me, so don't even worry about it. I've taken all the blows for you. I'm taking all the damage for you, so you don't have to. But come over to my place. Come to my world. Hang out with me, and you'll never have to measure yourself against a woman, because I've already done it for you, and a lot of you guys believe that. A lot of you guys did. I spent too much time focused on the past and loss instead of focusing on what to learn. But Theo, this the thing, fam. You're not supposed to know that, because most of these guys out there don't want you to know that. As long as you are looking back in the past, Theo, think for a second. Can you look to the future? If all you're doing is focusing on things you cannot change, and what they're doing is they're reinforcing it with fear and utter bullshit, blinding you every single day, not wanting you to think, not really wanting you to think. But that's the point, Jay. Josiah, hold on, Jay. Let me post that. That's what they don't want you to know. But they can use that as a scare tactic. Oh, you want to go out there by yourself? You want to rely on yourself? You want to deal with the women always disrespecting you like they used to? You want to deal with the women walking all over you? Go right ahead. You want to feel alone? I told you, I know how it is when you're feeling alone. I know how it is when you have nobody to talk to. But if you want to go out there, go right ahead, be my guest. See how they use that shit to sucker y'all back in? Using your own fears to keep you where you're at, because you have to be a click. Because a click gets me paid. The more YouTube subscribers I have, the more AdSense I can get money from. So I can't tell you the truth, because if I told you the truth, then you would leave me yanking the umbilical cord out of me, the cult leader, and you're going to find another cult leader to tell you what you want to hear instead of what you need to know. And that's what will start making you guys not want to measure what you are. How many of you guys have been year after year after year watching the YouTube videos every year, reading them dumbass books every year after year after year? And some of you won't even test to see where you measure up because you know, and yet you don't want to admit this to yourself. You know those books have not helped anything about you, but it just feels so good to be around individuals that care about me. Well, let me tell you something. Men don't care about other men like that. Men don't behave like that. Well, I'm not going to cuddle you, hold you, and we have these cuddle parties so you feel that you have a sense of value and worth. You ain't a woman. But that's what they want you to believe, and that's how they work you. There are guys today, gentlemen, that will defend their cult leader by not liking the YouTube just for the sake that, you know what, you were mean to my cult leader, so I'm going to be mean to you, and then I'm going to go back and tell him, look what I did. Just to get what, guys? Think about that. Validation. And listen, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys as men that y'all need to understand. All this is okay. Because I keep telling you the truth of the matter is this. Everybody out there cannot be a man, and that's the rule of the game, man. That's the rule, man. That's how the game works. But what they know and what they understand is that you are holding a billboard sign. They know how to choose you. Because if you really think about it, and I always go back to nature. Think about that. The hate, the defending, the not liking, the trying to disrupt. It's okay, guys, because I'm telling you, we need those guys. That's not a bad thing for us. That's not a bad thing for us. The world has to have not, what's the word I was looking for? The word slipped my head. I know for a fact that a lot of people don't want to accept what I'm saying because they think I'm mad or something. I'm cooler than the other side of the pillow. I'm good. But because these guys know how to isolate you, and the isolation comes in the form of open arms because they know they can provide you with something that I know you feel alone. You feel like you need somebody in your life. You feel like your life has no meaning if people don't like you. So what they do is they try to like you. But in that like, they got to say, look, you got to defend me though. If someone is trying to tell you the truth about me, you can't listen to them. You defend me like I am your Messiah. Defend me with all you got. That's how they get you. That's how they get you guys. But that's what I'm saying. And just a brother, I'm gonna use you as my example because we talked about it. Just a brother, you said a lot of great things yesterday. We talked on, he was doing the show. And you were saying the same things. You know, you were saying, hey, man, I'm learning and I'm growing. And this is something that y'all do when y'all caught up in the bullshit. I'm learning and I'm growing. I'm becoming a man. I'm becoming strong and all this other stuff. But when it comes time for you to get and go across the street and see what you are when you get in front of a woman, some of you don't even do that. And when you do it, then you would make it. Then, like a woman, when you realize the truth is you're not growing, you haven't learned anything, then just like a woman, what do you want to do? Well, it was just a bad night for me. I got a lot on my mind, and it was the waiter's fault, and it was the club's fault, and it was the bird outside fault, and it was a fault of the duckbill platypus somewhere in Australia. It was his fault too, and it was the fault of that snake and python in the Amazon. It was his fault, and it was the chef's fault on the corner of 58 and Broad. That's all y'all do. Y'all will sit around one after the other. And all you will do is you will run back to that power source. You will run back to a power source that will gaslight you back up and send you back out there just like the churches do. Now, no knock on religion. I'm just telling y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all, how many times y'all go to church to feel so great and feel so good about yourself that you're singing and jumping around and all that other shit. And then when you walk out that door, you go right back to the pumpkin that you were. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. But that's what I'm trying to say to y'all guys, and that's what I'm trying to get you guys to see. But they don't want you to see that. That's what I'm saying. And once you guys can start to see what's going on and see how things are happening, your life is then going to change. And that's what I'm saying for y'all guys, and that's what I want you to see. Because everybody out there is trying to knock you. And everybody out there is trying to do what they can to stop you from growing, from your growth. And that's what I'm saying to you guys. But what you have got to know for yourself is, how do I break free? How do I grow? And what I'm saying is to you guys is that I never want you to feel like there's no freedom from this. But the only way you can break the cycle that you're in is moving your eyes forward in everything that you do. It is going to come. Life is going to come in your face. Life is going to stay, and life is going to go. It's that simple. And now I'll say it again. Life is going to come in your face. Not come in your face. Don't be, life is going to be in your face. Let me say that because I know how y'all are. Life is going to be in your face. Life is going to stay. Then life is going to move on. But if you are too afraid for it to be in your face, and you're too afraid to stick by in what happens, and you're too weak to let it go and keep walking forward, dude, they said it in the TV show Vikings. Why are you looking back? You're not going that way. So why even look back? You want to know why? Because women hold on to the past. Women hold on to shit for years. What do you think emotional men do, gentlemen? What do you think they do? Because they have no sense of self, when a woman comes into their life, they don't want to do the measuring stick. Because the measuring stick is going to tell you the truth that you know nothing at all. Think about this for a second. if you spent years, that they always do, and this is the truth, years on information, do you want to really find out that the information I was trying to learn is not even real, and I've always been the same person that I've always been, because all I've been doing is taking one jacket off, put one jacket on, taking it off, and putting a new jacket on. But I've never worked on myself because they told me I didn't have to work on myself because they're going to handle everything. And they're going to, and they're giving me reason. They're giving me reason to do one thing and one thing only. And you know what that reason, and you know what that is, guys? They're giving me reason to make excuses. And think about this. Well, because of this person's past, and he knows more than me, and I trust him, I really don't need a measuring stick because he's already showed me that. Why even talk to women? Because all women are the scourge of the earth. All women hate sex. Women don't want relationships. They don't. Oh, well, women are this and women are that. So you know what? I'm not going to waste my time. So instead, I'm going to either go my own way. I'm going to go find my own purposes. I'm going to do all the things that I need to do instead of look at that measuring stick. Because I know if I do it, I'm going to find out that I ain't nothing at all. And that means everything that he has been uploading in my mind is what? Fake. (515-605-9373) 515-605-9373 is the number if you have a question. But that's cool. Soak up the game. That's what this is for. But I'm not going to be on too long. I'm not going to take too much of your time tonight. Because going eyes forward is something that only a man can do. A man takes on life. A man stays in, gets kicked, beat, and knocked down, rejected, laughed at, ridiculed. He will be outed by his family. But guess what? He doesn't give a flying fuck. I don't need my family to show me what I am. I don't need my friends to show me what I am. I don't need a cult leader to show me what I am. I don't need women to show me what I am. I need me to show me what I am. Because I can live a lonely life by myself. I always go back to him. I can go like Thanos. I can snap my fingers and forget the woman that rejected me. And I can go off to a planet and live all by myself and be fine with it because I don't need anybody. You know who I need? Me. You know who I care about? Me. You know who I love? Huh? Yeah, you don't think so? Me. I am all I got and I am all I need. Because if I'm all I got and I'm all I need, then I'm good. Hold on, that's one of my dogs. Hold on. I want my boys. How men talk and stuff. What's up, man?
What's up? Where's you?
Yeah, I'm on my show real quick. So I'm gonna be finishing my show soon. I'm gonna call you. Keep your phone on, man.
All right. Hello?
Yeah, what's up, man?
You said you gonna call me?
Yeah, I hit you. Yeah, I get you back. But let me ask you a question, dog, real quick. Do you need women in your life to be the man that you are?
Fuck nah.
Do you need your family and your friends to be the man that you are?
100%.
Who do you need the most? Who do you need the most before I let your cake ass go? Who do you need the most?
Shit. My family and my friends, for real.
But the friends, hey, the ones that got your back.
Your friends to be as close to your family, you feel me?
Right, but those are the ones that got your back.
Right. 100%.
But they had to earn that.
100%.
All right, man, get your cake ass. Let me finish my show, man. I'm gonna hit you back. Keep your phone on.
Okay, and the reason I'm gonna send you this little clip of what I was doing the other day when I was hitting you up.
Oh, wait, hold on, wait. Is that another chick?
Huh?
Is another chick?
Yeah.
Send it through, man. You have to tell, dude. You don't have to call me. Send that through.
And yeah, nigga, and when you calling me, man, don't be asking me.
Hey, dog. I told you. Hey, wait, dog. I don't. Hey, wait. Hold on, guys. Wait, fam. I told you when you talk to me, dude. I told you got to give me a signal that she right next to you, so I don't ask you that stupid shit. Man, look, I'm gonna talk to you later, man. Look, hey, send me the photo or the video. Hey, just send me the video. Let me check it out. Yeah, I mean, and I'm gonna call you back. I'm on the show. Let me finish this up, bro. All right, man. One. See, I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. See, man, that's how things go. But anyway, what I'm saying to you guys is that you don't need. But it is up to you to realize you don't need. And once you realize that, then your life is going to change for the better. But how strong are you? You don't know until you have your measuring stick. You have no idea what you are until you face the thing that you're scared of the most, and it is a woman. And next week, we're going to be talking about that because I'm not going to take too much time on this one. We're going to be talking about that. Because I'm telling y'all, these women, man, they know you inside and out. Let me see if I can show you play a clip for you. Because I've been playing these motherfuckers all day. Let me see if I can play this. Hold on, check this out. Listen to this.
This whole country is a strip club. You got people tossing the money and people doing the dance.
You got people tossing money and people doing the dance. Which one are you going to be? Are you going to be the one tossing money, wasting your money, wasting your time? Not only in yourself, you're wasting in other people and you don't get the women. And then all you're going to do is repeat the same cycle. T. T, I wanted you to hear how we supposed to talk, man. That's how, if you don't have boys like that, y'all ain't talking like that, and they ain't sending you photos that I'm about to look at right now. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm downloading it right now as we speak. Let me see. Let me see my boy working with. Let me see working. It's loading up. Hey, this. Oh my God! Look at the body on that chick. God dang! All right, I'm sorry, guys. Let me stop. All right. Let me stop. No, what I'm saying to y'all guys is this. Y'all hear that conversation we had? That's how you're supposed to be with your boys, man. Now, I gotta apologize to him because I messed up. See, I always tell him, if you're around your girl, let me know, and I'm going to ask a question, you answer back. But what I did was I was trying to, because he was hooking up with his other chick, and I was trying to see what was going down, and I think his girl was around, so I gotta call him and shit on that. But anyway, that's me. But anyway, I'm going to get to that later. But anyway, I'm about to wrap this up. But at the end of the day, guys, we are going to keep and we are going to continue to talk about this, because if you are going to start to cross the street and see what you are, it is very important at the end of the day, you got to know your opponents. The women know their opponents. The marketers and advertisers know their opponents. The Colts don't care about the opponents because they are all things. So they don't care about you. They just need to feed you with what you want to hear and what you think you need to know and keep you right where you're at. But you got to think about this, because at the end of the day, these women, they coming after you. And some of you want to be afraid? Be afraid. And I'm not here to try to scare you. I'm trying to be real with you. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But what I want to say is this. Tomorrow, the Halloween game is up on the Man Mindset. And the first thing I tell you guys to do, if y'all are serious about this, watch the testimonials. Before you do anything, listen to the testimonials. We're going to talk about all that tomorrow. We're going to talk about why it's important to do what I'm showing you. We're going to talk about all those things, because all that stuff connects to, for those that got conversation class ground zero, 1 to 5 classes, I'm discussing it already, but I'm not going to give that away. But I'm going to connect some things for the guys that have ground zero. I'm going to connect some of those things to tomorrow and why it's important that you do tomorrow. We're going to connect all that stuff. But anyway, I want to say thank you, guys. If y'all do have a quick question, you can ask, because I'm about to wrap this up. But also, guys, don't forget, add me to Instagram, because when I go live, I'll do some live YouTubes all the time. I'm always doing Q&As while I'm driving. So anytime you have a problem, anytime you have an issue, anytime you need to talk about something, it's going to be tough, though. We're not hugs and kisses and give you a Neosporin. We're not chicken soup for the soul. So, all right, no comments, anything, we're good, man. All right, so with that being said, man, I just want to say thank you for listening. Please soak this information up and learn from it. But really take a moment and ask yourself, what have I really learned? I've been following this person, and I've been listening to all this stuff. What have I learned? Yes, the Halloween game is out. Yes, on the man, go to themanmindset.com. The Halloween game is out. Why? Because I want to make sure that I give you the reason I do it, and I'm going to talk more about it tomorrow, because I don't want y'all to make any excuses. I'm giving you the opportunity to be prepared a month early, so you'll have everything together. And unlike anybody else, what we're going to do is the week before, on that Tuesday or whatever, whenever we get a chance, all you do is call in and tell me where you at. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do the Swinger Club thing this year. I don't know if I'm going to do the Swinger Club this year, because you know what I always do. I always give y'all a choice. Do you want to do the Halloween parties at the Swinger Club, or you want to do the Halloween parties at the regular club? Because you want to know why? Nobody does what we do. Nobody does what we do. So, do you advise? You got to do it however you can do it. Because it's not just the ground zero. It's the conversation classes mixed in with Master the Bedroom, mixed in with your inner champ, mixed in with your branch, mixed in with that. So don't try to cheat it. But if you got to learn at your pace. But understand that's just not the one thing, okay? But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, guys. Don't forget, I'll be back on the station Friday. We'll be doing a Red Line show live from here, kicking it. Like I say, I would just give a shout out to my boy Donovan. He will be back late October. I'm gonna run things. I got it under control. Then also Saturday we got the Red Man group, and then we will repeat the process. But tomorrow, Looking around 8 o'clock, maybe. Should be around 8 East. We're going to start. We're going to talk about the Halloween game, and it's in depth. We're going to break this down because this is, guys, when I say this is your measuring stick, this is your measuring stick. Now, usually I would say Valentine's Day is your measuring stick, but that's so far away. This right here is your measuring stick of, do you really want women? Because most of you don't. You think you do, but you don't. But this is a measuring stick. It's going to show you what you really are. All right, man, I'm going to go ahead and roll. I'm the Dean. This is the Man Mindset. I want to thank all of you guys out there. If you need to get in touch with me, get at me at, let me get this one more time. Get at me at themanmindset@gmail.com, themanmindset@gmail.com, themanmindset@gmail.com. Send me your name, send me your number, and I will be happy to call you and talk to you about starting you off on a pathway to get you right. If you want coaching, hit me up there at themanmindset@gmail. We will do we have all kinds of coaching, Skype consultations, as well as texting. If you have any problem with a woman texting, grab some coaching. Let me talk the yak that you can't, and let me steer this ship right. Last thing I want to say to y'all guys, y'all need to check out the last thing. I mean, for y'all that watch the show, a lot of y'all have. Listen to what I did to a guy in New York. A woman texted him, and I did this unscripted. And I know a lot of y'all saw that. By the time I was done, they were going out on a date. So that's what it's about. What do I mean by measuring stick real quick? A measuring stick is to tell you the truth about where you are actually at. What I mean, J-Dog, is check this out. You can't just stay on one side of the street thinking that you are something when you don't even go on the other side to test to see what you are. So many guys stay on one, they read books, they stay home and read books, they watch videos, and that's all they do. And they think that, oh, because I read this book, I'm a man now. Because I watch these videos, I'm a man now. But what they won't do, J-Dog, is go across that street in front of a woman to see what kind of man they really are. Because a lot of guys don't want to know the truth, Joshua. They don't want to know the truth. And that's what I'm saying. They don't want to know that about that measure stick. All right, man, let me go ahead and go, man. I got to holler at my boy, man. We got some man shit to got to talk. Anyway, I will see you guys I'll see you on Friday. We will repeat this on Monday. If you need me, don't forget to check us out on Tuesday. Halloween game is up. I'm doing all the work for you. It is a huge measuring stick to really tell you a truth that about yourself. Because so many guys have said, oh, my God, I want women. I want women. I want women. You know what? I'm bringing you women. I'm bringing women. I am setting you up where women that are sexy and single are going to approach you. Women that are in relationships going to approach you. I am setting you up for nothing but women to come up to you. What are you going to do about it? It's all on you. Holla at y'all later. Peace.